Yas, queen. Yas. Hey everybody, it's Atrona. I hope you guys are doing great and all as well. Today we're going to go over the character event or the character quest, which is the quest for the Wind Mace that is the genius creator Yuki. And we're also going to go over a couple of other details regarding the videos that are upcoming. So let's get right to it. So this event is very similar to the Fire Priestess for Silica, which happened a long time ago. It's one of these handout events. The downside to these events is that they usually don't give the armor or the weapons that go along with them. In fact, there is no armor or weapons that are directly for them. So the good thing though is that you can get up to 60 memory diamonds for watching all the different, I guess, skits or parts of the story. You're also going to get 80 crystals for completing the whole list of rewards, which goes up to 30,000. And then lastly, you're going to get 20 memory diamonds for going through all 4 of these in S-Class. So let's go into EX and we'll take a look at the quest itself. All the characters in this quest are Earth. And so any characters you have that are wind, I highly suggest you use them. It makes the whole thing a lot easier. You're going to be experiencing things like wolves, kobolds, lizard people, and I think some skeletons, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, that was a bad parry. And I guess now might be a good time for me also to kind of show you a little bit about her. As mentioned before, she is a wind mace, and I don't have her maxed out or anything like that. I actually only leveled her up enough for you guys to see that third sword skill. And so it looks like her third sword skill increases her movement speed. Let's see if I can get it on screen. Oh, okay. Don't hit me then. Yeah, so it looks like it's pretty good. It's pretty decent. It's definitely worth getting together. And the boss that you're going to be fighting is going to be a stone variation of the Griffin that we fight back in the OS battles. Now, the very first thing that you guys should know about this character is that the opening attack is a straight horizontal attack. He shoots needles. So the first thing you should do is just juke out of the way and then approach him. I'll put the little list of attacks he has. He doesn't have a lot of attacks. He only has like 4, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5. So let's get into it. So first I'm going to dodge. He has that spin. Let's see. And then if that, I hope that maybe that reminds you of the Griffin, because that's an attack that the Griffin does as well, that charge. All of those attacks that have passed by so far are parryable. The only one that isn't is the needles that he shoots at first. There's that, I'm going to call it the pounce, the aerial pounce. What I think this boss doesn't have that the Griffin did have is the Griffin had, there it is. I was gonna say the Griffin has 2 different aerial attacks besides the pounce, where one of them was where he would throw these orbs of wind, and the other one was electricity. I don't remember this character having any of that. There goes that stomp that the Griffin also had, only instead of it being earth, it's wind. Instead of it being wind, it's earth. Now that I was knocked off my feet, that also reminds me, exactly, those pin needles, not only are they not parryable, but parrying them will break your guard. You don't want that happening. And that's pretty much it for this character. So now let's go over to the scouting. So you guys may have seen it already. The scouting rates are up, but they're up for Silica, Asuna, and Sinan. And if you guys didn't get to see the video that I uploaded last time, I really like Alice, and I would really like to wait for the scout race to be up for Alice, Yuki, and Lifa. And so this ends, as you can see down here, on the 9th, which if I'm not mistaken is 2 days from now. And then the whole thing, like the whole banner, ends on the 14th. So even if this scout like finishes and the other one doesn't come up, that's okay. I can still, you know, shoot for these guys. What I was originally hoping was that I could go for an 11 scout and then hopefully go for a weapon scout. The reason why I say originally is because I went into the notices and I saw that they're actually offering the OS characters again. Specifically, they're offering only 3. They're offering Asuna, Kirito, and Suguha. And so the thing is that Asuna and Kirito aren't the same as the original ones. Luckily, they still offer those. Like the whole original batch, they still offer those. But Suguha is the newest OS character. Now, the pros of these characters is that they have a very similar style of skills like Silica and Lisbeth that I have, and Sinan, where the window for combos is so open and it's so long that you can dodge a flurry of attacks and still come in and continue that combo. What I did notice though is that it doesn't seem like these characters can heal like the original ones, and so that's kind of a downer for me. It's kind of a bit of a deal breaker. The other downside is that I only have 2 of the female outfits and 1 of the male. So the best case scenario for me would be if I were to get Kirito, because I also have his sword. Then I was reading along here and I actually noticed that it says that with the scouting event, not the scouting event, with the floor clearing event, they get 1 more try, I guess. The floor clearing event usually allows every character 2 attempts, which means that you can use them for 2 different segments. So let's say you're on floor 15 and you decided to use, I don't know, any character, like the Lifa that I got with the previous scout. I could use her for the first set, which is probably the 15, 16, 17, or 15, 16. And then I can only use her for 1 more set of floors, because the way that the floor clearing event works, it only goes based off of, I guess you can call them quests, but the quests are sometimes 3 floors and sometimes are 2 floors. And so some people might argue that the stronger characters should be used for the lengthy ones, which are 3 floors. Others argue that you use them for, the quests that land on the 10-ish, or like the 10th or nth floor, like 10th, 20th, because those are the ones that usually have bosses, and so those are the ones that you should use to defend yourself with, right? To avoid them dying, because if a character dies, then you can't use them until you exit that quest and start from wherever your last checkpoint was, and if you don't have a checkpoint from the beginning. And so I noticed that these characters have an extra go. But as I mentioned, these characters, these dream brides, they can heal, they can stun and heal, and so that plays a huge role, because if you're fighting against a character that's a lot stronger than you, all you need to do is play defense for a little while, maybe parry and go for a heal and hope that is enough to get you the victory. And so as I kept on looking through the notices, so apparently the floor clearing event starts tomorrow. I already read into it a bit, and it seems like this floor clearing event is also only going to give you enough for 2 more dresses, or 2 more breastplates, which doesn't make sense to me, because that means that they're gonna have to make 1 more and it just be 1 breastplate. So unless they're gonna give some other reward, or it's gonna be another type of event altogether, which I really hope it's not, because if it is, and it's a kind of event where the people that worked so hard to get the other 4 can't do it, then that's kind of like a slap to the face. But it starts tomorrow at 10 in the morning. Another thing that I was wondering was, so we're gonna get the title if we beat it. We get the title of Supreme Ruler, but you can only have 1 title. So if I have 1 title for the effect and the other one for the name, you're still gonna stay at 3%. So why didn't they offer one where if you have, the original Supreme Ruler and then you get the other one, it adds up to 6 or something? I don't know. These are just random questions. I'm not sure. It says battle skill R5, but I'm not sure if it's battle skill R5 for both HP and MP 3% and Asuna's attack, or if the HP and MP plus 3% is a regular battle skill, and then Asuna's attack going up by 3% is just the 5-star version. And then what else? What else? Here's a rule that I was mentioning earlier, where the number of departs depends on the kind of character it is. And so that Suguha, that Kirito, and that Asuna are the only ones that are going to be able to be departed 3 times, which could help a lot, especially if you manage to max them out. Another thing that I thought was interesting was that they seem to be releasing them like in batches. I'm not sure if they did that for the first time, and perhaps I just wasn't able to go up the floors that quickly. But I'm excited because, as I mentioned to you guys, when this event comes up, I wanted to do 10 floors per video because I think that would be enough time. If I notice that I'm able to clear 10 floors in, I don't know, 5 or 7 minutes, which I don't think so, but if I am able to, then maybe I'll be able to do 20 floors and it just be a longer video. Who knows? And there's also other events that are coming along, so I'll be able to fill up enough space. So yeah, so I'm super excited. Tomorrow's the day of reckoning, the day where we all kind of figure out where we're at. And so if you guys like the video, go ahead and hit like. If you guys can't wait for tomorrow where I start going through this and give me a couple of hints and tips for us all to be able to get into the higher levels, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if there's any information that I might have missed or any corrections, go ahead and drop that comment. And until tomorrow, I'll check you guys later.